Hello, this is Richard from Our Vision Graphics, and I'm going to take you through how to make a simple church flyer like this. So to begin with, you select a new file and you set the dimensions. Preferably I go for inches, so I go for 5 by 5 inches and color mode RGB and what have you, color background white. Everything here is set the same. So we begin to create. After everything is set, we bring in our background, our files for the background. So we go to File, Place Embedded, and we select this background. So we place it in. Good. After we have this background, we place another background again. So we completely we place another background again. This is the image. So because it has sharp edges, we would like to smoothen it a bit. So we select this down here and we go in for the brush. Make sure it's on black. You have black is selected here. So afterwards you begin to brush, but you have to make sure these settings too are also adjusted. The strength of the brush should be smooth and the opacity around somewhere 80. So we begin to clean. We begin to clean all the unwanted parts from the background. So after the second image has been imported, after the second image has been imported, we go ahead to change the color of this to match with this. So you select this particular layer, we click here, then we'll go to hue and saturation. Mind you, after hue and saturation has been selected, you click on this so that everything you do appears on just this layer and not the whole background. So you adjust this a bit so that the colors blend together. So see, if this is deselected, you see it appears on the second background as well. So do well to click on this to adjust it properly. Good. So after this, we select the hue and saturation and we select our first background. Then we convert it to a smart object. So it becomes one, this and this. After that, we select this and we select the second one, Control, and press Control G. Rename it to background. Good. After that, we begin to import the logo of the church. So File and Place Embedded again, select the logo. Because of the excesses in this, we would like to remove them by selecting this. Right click, then you click on the magic eraser tool. After you get it, you can click here and all the excesses are gone. I think we are good now. So you adjust it to your preference. Yes. So afterward, you continue with the name of the church. The name of the church is St. George's Church. St. George's Church. So we change the font to say months. Yes, so all is being typed. You have to set a difference between the name of the church and the other details, so we make it a bit bolder and a bit bigger as well. I think this will do. And to still establish the difference, we select the different color. Like say this. No, let's go by this. I think this will do. This color. Yes. Let's see how it looks. Fine. So after everything is sorted, we move on to the next, which is okay. So we continue, but it looks as if this background is too colored for my liking. So we are going to reduce the opacity, the fill slightly. I think we selected the wrong one. Control Z to undo. We select this. Yes, we reduce the fill by say 54. All right, because we don't want to be by the whole background while the work process, we lock it again so that it's not movable at all. So we continue by introducing the presents font. So we type I have it here already. So present again. Presents. All right. So I think we need to change the font to Montserrat. All right. So the spacing and everything seems to be intact. So the spacing 520, every settings here, but it's too big for my liking, so I reduce it a bit. Don't worry about keeping it into placing it directly into the center. If you want to do so, you select the font you want, you press Ctrl A to select everything, then you click on this to align it to the exact center. All right, so we move on to the next stage again. We bring in the font, the other font, that is all white Thanksgiving by. Again, we select all. We bring in the all, and the font is Charles Sebastian. That is the type of font you'll be using. So we bring in the all, and we select Charles Sebastian. Yes, for the all, I don't think it has to be all bold. Then okay, then reduce the space, reduce it a bit further, I think it's okay now. So all, and next one is White Thanksgiving, and for the White Thanksgiving, the font is Montserrat Roman. So we copy it. Don't worry about positioning it. We're going to do it after everything is brought inside. So we paste it as well, and we search for Montserrat. So Montserrat, we go for bold. Montserrat bold. All right. Then we change it all to caps by clicking on this. Adjust it a bit. and we're continuing with the I think the space is too much. I'm going to minimize the space a bit. In the remaining fonts, that's the ladies for the ladies fellowship. So we bring in the ladies fellowship for the meantime, ladies fellowship, and we paste it. And the font is in Aileron. I don't know if I'm right with the pronunciation. Aileron. So why is it not selecting? We change the font to Aileron. Alright. So Aileron, I think the thin is going to do. Aileron thin. Alright, aileron thin. So aileron thin, and this is the settings to achieve this kind of style. So we are missing out with the for the I think there's for the in between it. So we are going to bring in a square here and disable the stroke and select this color. Right. Okay, so we move ahead by tilting it slightly and making it a bit smaller. All right. So to keep it in the center, we press Ctrl A and we align it to the center here, just like that. So we select our font again, and we type for there. So we keep it inside for there, and it's going to be in Montserrat. All right, so we change to Montserrat. We make it a bit smaller, and we tilt it and change it to white. Sure. So after this, we move on to the next stage, that is introducing the preacher. So for the preacher, we are going to import this file. So we select file, place embedded, import this file, right click and magic eraser tool, click on the magic eraser tool to take away all the excesses. All right, so after everything is gone, we adjust it and bring it here, but we are left with a bit of the excess, so we can remove them. Yes. So here we are going to put the preacher here, the title, the preacher font on this to make it stand out, and to still stay in line with the color of the whole flyer, we are still going to adjust this the same way we did with the background. So we select this, we go to hue and saturation, then we click this as usual to apply to only the layer above it. So we adjust it to say this color. Yes. think we make it a bigger, sorry, a bit bigger. So we put the font on it, the Preacher font, and the font is in Aubrey. So you copy and we paste. The font is in Aubrey. Okay, so we find Aubrey regular. All right, sure. And with all this, we have to make sure we are in the exact middle. So we can do that by introducing our guides. So we go to View, Guides, and New Guide Layout. And for the guide layout, we can shift the left to the left so that we make sure that everything we are doing is in line. And to be in the exact middle, since the left is 283, the right should also be 283. And with this guide, we are sure that we are in the exact middle of the work. So we clear it and we move on. The adjustment is going to be made right when the work is about to be done, but I just decided to bring it in. So if you want to get rid of it, you go to the same and we clear guides. Okay, continue. So the name of the preacher, Mrs. Reverend Irene Owusu. Okay, copy. And we import it. And this time the name is in Rockwell, the font is Rockwell. So Rockwell. Rockwell regular. Okay. So we change the color to this shade. So we'll make it a bit darker. All right. A bit darker. And with the same font, we are going to introduce her surname as well in Cancer, but not to get rid of all the stress. We duplicate the whole name by pressing Ctrl J and we move it downwards. So since we want to change the name, we double click it and type Owusu inside, but I have it here, so I just copy and paste. In Cancer, we paste. Okay, to make it stand out, we are going to make it all bold and change the color to black. Right. Okay, I think this could be a bit smaller. All right, so after that we move on to the date. The date will be in Montserrat, Nexa Sans. Okay, Ctrl C to copy. We paste it. And we change the font to Nexa Sans. I think I've not installed Nexa Sans yet, so we go by any Nexa font here, but to any Nexa font will do. I think Nexa Bold regular will do. All right, but we change the color of the font to black and all bold. We're bolding it here. All right, with the same font we duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J and we type in here Sunday. I'm going to paste it since I have it typed here already. Copy and paste. Sunday. And for the Sunday, I have a particular gradient that I use to achieve this font. So the kind of gradient is here. So if you're watching, you just have to go through the settings, and you just have to, if you want to achieve this type, you after you're done typing, you go here and you go to gradient overlay. So for the gradient overlay, you change it to this settings. All right, this settings, and you achieve the exact same font. So we move on and type the dates here too as well, Sunday. Okay, to continue, you introduce a square, you select this, you want it to be white, and there will be no stroke. So introduce the square, yes. So since we want it to be centered, we click here, Ctrl A for all, and click this to center it perfectly. After it's being centered, we have some fonts on it. Click here and we copy and paste. We copy and paste them. Okay, it's in Montserrat. This, yes. Okay, so we continue to place this here, and we introduce another square again, but I've noticed it's rounded slightly here. So to round it, we just shift it to say 5 or 6, just slightly, so that you get the edges rounded very slightly, not that significant, but you can see when you zoom it in. Introduce another square, but this will be a bit smaller. Okay, a bit smaller square here with the same rounded edges, 5 with the same rounded edges, 5. Okay, and to make it so that to create a difference between the initial square and the second one, we create a little shadow. So you drop a bit of shadow here. That's perfect. So this is the settings. You can use these settings and you get your shadow applied. All right, so we import these images. Place and later import this one first. You select, then you change the blending mode to darker color will do. Let's see. All right, it fits perfectly. Okay, and go ahead to introduce the Facebook logo as well. Place embedded and Facebook. For the Facebook, we can just clean up the edges with the magic eraser tool here, and that will be all. So you press Alt and you You press Alt and you make it smaller. Okay, but for this we have to add a bit of text, so we increase the size of the square. Increase the size of the square a bit so that we can add the fonts. So the font right at St. George's Church. So after we are done with that, we place another embedded image which will be added to the resource files in the link in the description below. After you import this image, you adjust it and change the blending mode to screen. Once you get it like that, you notice that there's a bit of white effect which we would like to get rid of. So we layer mask, we enable the layer mask here. We take our brush to make sure it's black and the blending mode is on soft round brush. You can adjust the opacity based on how quick and how effective you want the brush to be. I think it's okay for me at 84. Alright, so to save time I'm going to add these shapes into the resource files in the link in the description below, so you don't need to go over all this. If this video was helpful, kindly leave a like, subscribe and comments down below.